Drinking nothing but water for the 3-day fast. No coffee, no sugar, no tobacco, no drugs, no bullshit. For 30 days. Starting out with a 3-day water fast, day number 1. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, water. I will drink 3 of these a day. This one is almost done. These are Nalgene bottles. They don't leach BPA and other estrogenic, dangerous chemicals into your body. I keep these filled and I keep these in a cabinet. I'll tell you why. I like room temperature water. If I take water right from the refrigerator dispenser, it's cold. And if I drink cold water in the morning, it almost makes me nauseous. Doesn't feel good. So throughout the day, people have said to me, how do you drink so much water? Now, I will end up drinking about 4 bottles by the end of the day. I always keep 3 bottles filled at all times. And there's always a bottle with me when I go to work, wherever. I have found, you remember the first time someone said, well, you need to drink 8 glasses of water a day. And I thought, how in the world can I do that? And I tried. I could never drink that much. Now I drink more than that. You know how I do it? The best way to drink water is room temperature. If you drink it cold, there's just no way you can put that water down. If you're working out, sure, you could drink that water. If it's hot and sweaty and you're working outside, if you have a manual labor job, of course, that water will just flow down. But if you are the average man or woman, the best way to drink water is room temperature. So I'm always filling up these with filtered water from the refrigerator, and I just pop them in the cabinet. That's what I do. Let's get started. Welcome back to the Daybreak Show. If you're a feminist, get off my app. Founder of conservative dating app at We Are Writer says that women using the app should be feminine, not feminists. And there is a full Nightline segment. And the app is called Writer, R-I-G-H-T-E-R. There was a sign, danger, stay clear of the carousel. Not all carousels have signs, but should. If you call yourself Zumba Girl, you probably should look like it. Your food package says fat-free, but your body says free fat. You ever notice that only fat people drink Diet Coke and eat salads? You're in a Johnny cab. Will you please repeat the question? Where is that from? Put your answer down below. Bad theology and unsound doctrine is junk food. Somewhat satisfying at first, but you feel like crap 20 years later. Imaginary lovers never disagree. They always care. They're always there when you need satisfaction guaranteed. Imaginary lover, you're all mine, all the time. My imaginary lover, you're mine, anytime. The Atlanta Rhythm Section, 1978. A happy you is a decisive you. Decisiveness is a beautiful thing. Nothing can stand in the way of a man or woman who has their mind made up. There's happiness in being decisive. How many of us flounder because we have irons in the fire or unfinished train sets in the basement? Projects started but never completed. A lot of us have them. We wrote the first 5 pages of a book and never finished it. Remember the good old days when you worked for a raise instead of demonstrate outside the business with signs and protest? I could walk into any fast food restaurant. I could walk into any fast food restaurant right now. Tell me this would not be a great documentary. Any department store and be a manager of that store within 1 year. I could do it. With a plan, marching a little bit faster, arriving early, zero complaining, and make it clear that I'm looking for the career ladder, the next level of earning. It's a clear shot. Why isn't anyone teaching this? Because it doesn't fit the modern narrative of social justice. Here's a funny memory. I used to work at the Art of Shaving when I had a huge beard. A guy pokes his head in the store when I was working there, looks up at the sign, the Art of Shaving, and then looks at my beard and he says, "Ah, the irony." I thought that was funny. And the most important thing I'm going to say today, this is the crown jewel in today's show. We live in such a time that observant men who tell the truth are vilified and silenced. And those that agree with them, support them. Did you just hear the train whistle? And those that agree with them, support them, or associate with them are shamed or even punished by those who are screaming at the top of their lungs, 2 + 2 = 5. 2 + 2 = 4. It always has, and it always will be 4. I don't care how loud you scream, 2 + 2. 2 + 2 will always equal 4. You can have parades and have t-shirts and have representatives all over TV saying 2 + 2 = 5. You can have billboards and radio ads. But that still will not hide the truth that 2 + 2 = 4. I don't care what you do or don't do with a penis. So stop fucking trying to make me care what you do or don't do with a penis, or what other people do or don't do. I don't care. So stop trying to make me care. Stop it. I'm going to say it like it is. It's perversion. Stop it. Stop the penis-centric way of living. Enough already with trying to make me give a shit about what you do with your sex organs or what you don't do. I don't care. Neither does 99.9% of the people. Stop it. I haven't watched TV in 3 years. You put the TV on and you realize how sexual everything is. It's amazing. Stop trying to make me care. It's not normal. Stop it. Relaxed fit? You mean just the next size up? To avoid complications, she never kept the same address. In conversation, she spoke just like a baroness. Freddie Mercury, 1974. Someone asked, "Where are all the good men?" My answer, they're working. Antonyms for despair. Antonym is a word that means the opposite of something. So the opposite of despair. Cheer, comfort, contentment, encouragement, happiness, joy, pleasure, peace, cheerfulness, confidence, faith, hopefulness, joyfulness, and trust. The opposite of despair. Just getting back from the 21 convention, I was unpacking, and I had posted this, that I brought more pocket squares than I did underwear. Someone said, does that mean you had to go with no underwear or wear some underwear twice? I said, no, because I brought 20 pocket squares with me. Pocket squares are kind of like my tie. As soon as you put in a pocket square, it just makes things a little more formal looking. It's kind of like dressing up without dressing up. Progressive Christian? No such thing. Biblical Christian? A thing. Keep sending him somewhere back in her long ago, where he can still believe there's a place in her life. Someday, somewhere, she will return. What a fool believes. Michael McDonald, 1979. Many women volunteer to feed the hungry, but charge to feed the thirsty. Late that night, I parked my car, staked my place at the singles bar, face to face, toe to toe, heart to heart as we hit the floor. Lumbered up, limbo down, the locked embrace, stumble round. I say go, she says yes. Dim the lights. You can guess the rest. Roxy Music, 1976. When you're older, if you are ripped, your face is also ripped. Not a good look. That low body fat look looks good on the body. On the face, it looks horrible. I look good muscular and will be getting more muscular as I get older. I don't look good ripped. Tell your son this. Never, ever, ever take your foot off the gas. Always be improving. Always get better. Always be pursuing something. The minute you take your foot off the gas, you know what that's called? That's called coasting. There's no more coasting. You are not to coast. Can you rest? Yes. You know how you do that? You put on the cruise control. That way you maintain speed. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. I've been speaking nonstop for the past 5 days. I'm doing a 3-day fast. Nothing but water for 3 days. Today is Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. I'll have my first meal back on Saturday. Nothing but water. I'm not hungry now. I will be hungry by lunchtime. By dinner time today, if I see you, I will want to gnaw your arm off. I'll be so hungry. I'll make it through the night. Tomorrow morning, I'll be a little bit hungry. By noon, I won't even be thinking about food. By Friday, what will go through my mind is, gee, I could probably go for another 2 days. And maybe I will, I don't know. I've done that before. But the reason for a fast for me is 2 things. First is I am rebooting my body because I ate other food, restaurant food, for the past week after being at a conference and being in a hotel. I chose fairly wisely, but still, it was other food. It wasn't my food. And it's hard to stay on course. And I was working my butt off during the day in the studio and being on stage in front of people. And when the cameras are on and the bright lights are on, you really, really need to be well fed because you need the energy, you need the calories, you need the energy to be on literally for 8 to 10 hours a day. So now I'm back, I'm rebooting. The first meal that I'll have will be a carnivore diet. So from May 8th today to June 8th, I'm doing nothing but carnivore, nothing but, to kind of reboot, reset. And I know I'm going to go through carb withdrawal. I know that. I know I will feel a little weak. That's okay. That'll happen probably tomorrow. I'm actually back at work tomorrow cutting hair. But for 3 days, nothing but water. But for 30 days, monk mode. I'm going to put a link for the book down below. I'm doing hardcore monk mode. The only thing that is missing from this monk mode, the only thing, is the solitude, because I still have to be around people. So if I can be, the ultimate monk mode is to literally go away for 30 days and be alone. Literally. You're eating 1 meal a day. You're stretching 3 times a day. You're meditating or praying 3-4 times a day, or have an attitude of prayer throughout the day. For me, I'll be reading scripture. Nothing but. Nothing but. That's me. No television. For a lot of people, that's hard. For me, I haven't watched TV in 3 years, so I'm not subject to the propaganda and the mental programming. I can still, with a straight face, say that 2 + 2 = 4 and mean it, because I believe that. And that, of course, is a metaphor for the nonsense of how morality has changed and how we think that wrong, the society thinks that wrong is right, up is down, black is white. There's moral inversion. And when you are away from the bullshit and then you encounter it, you just see how clear the bullshit is in the world and how that much of society is being programmed by something or someone, some entity that's not good. That is why I'm going monk mode. No coffee, no sugar, no sex, no strange chemicals, no mood-altering substances, 8 to 9 hours of sleep every single night. You are not to get less than 8 or 9 hours a night. This is what's going to oh, and working out as usual. That's what you're going to do. You're going to work out. You're not skipping anything. Everything's going to be normal. Unless you can drop out of society for 30 days, everything is normal. So my monk mode is this. This is what I expect to happen by June 8th. The stirring that I felt, 2 weeks ago, was about doing this. I expect this to happen. Number one, the body's going to just kick back into shape. I probably will drop some body fat, be a little more leaner, not ripped, leaner. There will be mental clarity. When there's mental clarity, then guess what? Then there's logos. Then there's reason. There's logic. And I want more of that in my life. Sanity clarity, reason, and you want that too. Ideally, you go away for 30 days and talk to no people. I told you at the time that I went camping by myself. Didn't speak a word. Did not speak a word. I didn't take a vow of silence, but I literally didn't speak to anybody for 3 days. No one. Maybe I said hi to a squirrel or a chipmunk in the woods. That was it. No words came out of my mouth. Honestly, not being around people for 3 days and only being in nature and around animals was so transformative. I did it once in my life, and I still remember that one weekend, 3 full days of not talking at all. It's so memorable. Ideally, that's what I would do. But I expect my vision to become more clear. Another level of unstuckness, advanced unstuck. So for 30 days, monk mode. Get the book. The link is down below. It can transform your life if you are ready. I've already had some people say to me, I'm with you for the fast, the 3-day fast. Nothing but water. If you're hungry, water. Deny yourself. I become more prayerful when I fast. When you deny yourself, it's not about deprivation. It's about growth. Because you're developing clarity to see things. People talk about the red pill life. Red pill means you are seeing the world as it is, not how you want it to be. I lose all of that expectations of how people should treat me, how the world should be when I do this. It only takes 3 days. After 30 days of it, the world is going to seem odd to you. You are going to seem healthier than you've ever been. You will walk straighter. Your stomach is in, because there is no stomach after doing this. There is no gut. The gut just goes. It disappears. You will stand up straighter. Your chest will be out. Your shoulders will be back. Your head will be higher. You'll sleep like a baby every night. You'll have no desire at all for any junk, any garbage in your life. Gone. Poof. It disappears. And you now struggle with it almost every day. In 1 month, you will have complete mastery of your body, complete mastery of your mind. And you can commune with God without any obstruction, with no impediment, no other messages coming in. You control what goes into your body. You control what goes into your mind. That way there's a purity. The result is purity of actions, purity of how you interact with people. And that's what I want to do. And that's what you will do if you join me. People said, I'm joining you for monk mode. So for me, monk mode starts with it starts with a 3-day water fast today. And goes until the first week of June. Are you going to do it with me? Are you going to start it today? Are you going to start it tomorrow? Do you need to go to another level in your life? Do you need to drop some weight? Do you need to feel lighter? Do you need to think lighter? Do you want more clarity? Do you want your future to be clear? Right now, your future's a little bit blurry. You don't know where you're going. You're just like a little monkey or a robot going to your job. Clarity, sanity, and reason can be yours. Join me.